What is it? What's wrong? No. Yes, of course. I'll be there as fast as I can. I'm leaving right now.
All she needs is a good night's sleep. She'll be all right.
Poor thing.
It can be pretty rough. Sometimes kids deal with these kinds of anxieties in some pretty strange ways.
It's mostly my fault, really. I've been so wrapped up with my writing, I've pretty much let everything else go, I guess.
Well, you have to earn a living, right?
Sometimes I wonder if it's worth it.
Of course it's worth it. Don't be silly.
I'm worried about her.
Looks to me like she needed some attention. And frankly, she got it.
She should have gotten it sooner.
Kids are pretty resilient, you know. They snap right back in a hurry. You give them the right kind of time, attention, affection. She'll be all right, you'll see.
Thank you, Doctor. I appreciate it.
And you know where to reach me if you need me.
Right.
I'm sure everything's going to be all right.
Thank you, Dr.
And how is she now, the poor dear?
She's sound asleep.
Oh, that's the best thing for her, isn't it?
Is she okay, Mommy? She's fine, honey. She just needs some time to sort things out, I guess. That and a couple of days' rest.
Oh, she's had a hard time, poor child.
She's given you a hard time, too, I'm afraid. I guess you know how sorry we are about all this.
Don't think anything more about it, Mrs. Morley. She's only a child and a bit mixed up is all. Why, you know how it is. All of us find it hard at times to tell the difference between what we imagine and the way things really are.
Well, I am sorry, Mrs. Tuggle. I really am. I hope you'll give us a chance to make this up to you somehow.
I have an idea. Now, when she's better, you have her come over to my house for a bit of homemade chocolate cake. And in that way, she and I can become good friends again. Over a piece of cake and milk? Yes.
Sure, it looked terrible to you, but it was only the storm. Telephone lines were being knocked down all over the county that night.
I feel so stupid.
Don't feel stupid, please. It was just a mistake. Besides, from your point of view, everything looked so real, I suppose. I mean, you saw Judith floating in midair. How were you supposed to know they were dancing up there? When she stuck the pins in the clothing doll, you got a stomachache. So naturally, you thought she had done it. And then, when you and Mouse saw Judith raising Clyde from the dead, you really thought he was dead.
But it was just a game, though.
You didn't know that. It looked real to you.
Judith must hate me.
No, she doesn't. She loves you very much. Besides, the only thing Judith really cares about these days is Mr. Clyde Tuggle. Everything else is secondary.
Mrs. Tuggle! I forgot about Mrs. Tuggle. I was so mean to her.
She understands. She was a little girl, too, you know. She knows what it means to have a vivid imagination.
I don't think I can ever look her in the eye again. What am I going to do?
Why don't you just tell her how sorry you are and we can put this whole thing behind us forever? You can go up there tomorrow if you like and pay her a visit.
Is she very mad at me?
No, she isn't, as a matter of fact. I think she's planning to bake a homemade chocolate cake especially for you.
Mommy, I'm so sorry.
It's okay. It's all right. Everything is going to be all right. It's all over now. It's okay.
Mouse, what's wrong with you? We have to go to Mrs. Tuggle's. How else can we apologize to her? We could send her a letter. I can't believe you're still afraid of her. I'm not afraid of her. I just don't want to see her. Why? Because she scares me. She's not scary, don't you know she's not a witch? The other day she was a witch. That was the other day. One day she's a witch, one day she isn't a witch. Suppose we get there on the wrong day. Now she's not a witch, she's a nice old lady. Lynn, how do you think you become a witch anyway? First you become a nice old lady, and then you get promoted. Mouse, don't you want to apologize to Mrs. Tuggle? Yes, of course I want to apologize. Of course. Good. On the telephone. Mouse, that's rude to apologize on the telephone. Okay, then I'll apologize twice. Once for calling her a witch, and once for being rude. Mouse, Mrs. Tuggle baked a homemade chocolate cake special for us. We have to go up there. Suppose it's a trick. What kind of trick? A homemade chocolate cake trick? Are you coming up with me or not? Oh, wait, right here. Mouse, witches aren't even real. Don't you know that? I know that, and you know that. But I wouldn't tell Mrs. Tuggle that if I were you. Because if you do, she'll turn you into a frog. I'll be right back. I'll be right here. If I'm not right back, that means you should come and get me. If I'm not here, that means I went for help. I'll see you in a few minutes. Okay. Bye. Bye. Bye.
And in that way, she and I can become good friends again. Over a piece of cake and milk.